Hello, I'm EricVulgaris. I am your MC. I am your host. We are ready to go. Don't mind that. OBS is just being dumb. This is episode 27, year 497, part 2. Colin, how are you?
I'm on the chopping block. That's how I am. I am a mixture of elated, nervous, and slightly tipsy.
That is the correct composition for alchemical success. Speaking of success, Jim, what's up?
I'm doing great. I had a surprisingly therapeutic conversation with a friend I haven't seen in a long time down by a river in beautiful rural Vermont. I feel refreshed. There were no snakes around coming from Texas. That's a big relief for me because there's rattlesnakes everywhere. It was great, and I'd completely forgotten until about an hour ago that we might not see Sir Gareth anymore. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm curious to see what happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you, and I'm also excited to see what happens. Also, thank you, Luke Lazy, for 2 months. Very nice of you. So, quote today: in a duel, man to man, sword against sword, it can be a lack of skill that gets you killed. Often as not, it'll be a matter of luck. Or if it goes too long, then it'll be the man who tires first that tends to die. In the end, it's about staying power. They should put that on headstones. Got tired. That's a quote from Prince of Thorns. So I asked you all beforehand, who'd you all pay tribute to? And it turns out we actually didn't answer that question. And we had to answer it. It was on me. That was one of the questions I was supposed to ask you. But it sounds like we're doing Prince Kenrick of Wessex is getting the money. So
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds right.
So obviously today is the duel. We're determining the fate of Salisbury. But before we get into that duel, we obviously got to have some scenes between people leading up towards the duel. And I think I want to start with Irwin and Gareth. You know, this is the morning of. You all are in Sarum. What sort of pep talks? You know, if there is a pep talk, what do you think you would say to each other? Maybe this is even the night before or something, right? You guys can frame it, but this is like a close time. Like this is, oh man, Gareth, you really stepped into this time. Kind of, you know, like what? How do you all feel about it?
I think Gareth has been sitting outside of the church in Sarum.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And
several peasants have come by and be like, "You got this, my lord." You know, like
yeah,
like they're rooting for you.
1,000-yard stare past all of them, just for hours, just sitting there. And I think Gareth was trying to like go in for his final confession, and he just didn't. He just couldn't set foot in there.
Damn. Then I think your wife will come join you on the staircase.
Yeah.
I figured you would have more time for confessing, my love.
I thought of it. Confession is an apology to the community. Because when we repent, as soon as we repent in our hearts, God has forgiven us. And so I wondered why I needed to go in there and ask the community's forgiveness. I've not yet sinned by dying.
Not yet. Nor should you, as she puts her arm around you.
Nor should I. Years of grace in my sword arm. We shall see if it sees me through.
Oh.
But if it doesn't, I should like to say some things to you.
No, it's
that you might remember me by. you'll recall my proposition to you before we got married, that you would not love me, but I would provide you with comfort and status.
Yes, that phony deal.
Well, I quite confess that in the course of things, I have somewhat fallen in love with you, my love.
I'm with you. We'd fall in love with a stupid backwater. She looks at you like adorably. You know, I think when I was young, I was gonna marry and be on the arm of the Duke and become a princess. But my love, you've given, and she touches your face gently. And she's like, you've given me something that not any mountain of gold in the world could ever give me. God's sakes, I never thought I would be the sappy one. She kind of looks away.
If this is a ploy to poison me again, just...
God, I'm being serious. She says, you know, she says, she exclaims pretty loudly, and then she whispers, you know, being serious. I don't know. What do you think's going to happen for our kids? What kind of arrangements should I do?
Do you know, that's the one thing I'm not worried about. I'm worried about quite a few different things. What will happen to our lands? What will happen with our vassals? Who might take the throne?
Oh, and
that sort of thing. But
my love, also, just so you know, I promise you that should you fall tomorrow, that man will die.
That's the most romantic thing you've ever said to me. If I die, look to Yuan, my cousin. They'll look after things.
Yeah.
As for Aeswyn, she will brutalize Shins for another decade. When she comes into her own, she will be fearsome. And Glessig will be triumphantly intelligent. Make it clear to them that they are both my children, that they are both of Winterborn Gunnet, heir to whatever glories I have gotten them, and heir to whatever glories they will earn on their own. By each their own incomplete. A sister without a sister is unshorn. And from time to time, look in on Wolfius, who I imagine will resent me until he dies. But that resentment will drive him towards glory in the same way my resentment of my father drove me. I don't worry about them. I worry about you. Who will play chess with my wife if I am gone? You may take Anirian back, perhaps even into your bed, but he's a piss-poor player.
God, he is. And I think there's a couple other people I wanted to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
For one, we haven't seen is your mom.
Yeah.
Anadine.
I don't think we've ever had a scene with her.
We've never had a scene with her. But I feel like there's some sort of conversation you want to have with, you know, your mom. Or your mom wants to have a conversation with their son.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
And yeah.
I don't think they had a great relationship.
No. And I assume you've been formal and we just haven't had a scene of it, but you all have been keeping up.
He goes through the motions.
Yeah. Oh. It's just strange to me to think that when your father died, I didn't really expect it on garrison duty, and now my son is going to fight and no uncertain end, but is it any different when you ride out on patrol? I don't know. It feels different. It feels different that this is chosen in a different way.
Yes, well, Father chose garrison duty in his own way.
I resented him for it.
So did I. I thought he was weak.
That's one of the only traits you got from me.
I thought he was weak, but my friend Irwin has made it clear that what I thought was my strength is another kind of weakness. I wonder if that's not all we are, Mother. Mitigating weakness from day to day, of different kinds and different varieties. And any triumph is in despite human frailty.
I just think about this poor lady and all the shit she has to do every day, day in, day out, being old. Just about how each day is just a pain in the ass. And all I can do is just that she just reflects on this and silently agrees. It's just more ways than you can count.
You'll be looked after if I die. And
I'm sure your vein has already come by and spoke to me about it.
good. Forward thinking of them. I shall miss you if I am dead. I don't believe I say that often.
Well, you're not dead yet. And I'm not sure how many people have told you this, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for sticking up for Salisbury.
Thank you, Mother. I am as I was raised to be. By you, not by Father.
Nobody would expect gestures vaguely in our world today. But I believe it. God is my witness that you're doing the right thing. I'm proud of my son.
Thank you.
That might be seen.
Yeah,
what are you going to do about Morgan, the bard you hired?
Oh,
They're on retainer, right?
Yeah, no, he's working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's spending the night with me. Like he's by my side. He's doing the behind the scenes commentary.
Yeah. My lord, behind the music, such strumming of the lute. My lord, I've been wondering about what I could do to inspire you, and I started writing a little bit of a ballad.
What am I hearing?
This chapter of your life, my lord.
This is a true duel of fates that I face come the morning.
That's actually what I penned it as. As a bard, I should be neutral and should observe things as they are. And
like hell, I'm paying you a lot of money to write my story.
That's not what we agreed to. I was agreed to some sort of artistic license.
Look, you can be objective as you'd like with the rest of my life. This is my death, god damn it. I'm going to look good, however it actually happens.
You will, and I will. Sir, there are many pages of this book left. I doubt this tomorrow will be your end.
Well,
You're not
if you're
fighting
suggesting
this alone.
that we're getting some back for the unused pages. You can pay that directly to my wife.
No, it's not about the money. No,
So you agree to a discount then?
Yes. My lord, I saw you at the feast, and I saw the pleas of Salisbury, and while I may have grown up in London, I can see how much this means to your people to not be ruled by Silchester. And there's something, I don't know if there's a word for it yet. Poetic, or a feeling of I don't know, a fight of not desperation, but of purpose and truth. And when you may be on a disadvantage, but you are the right, and it is about what's in your heart.
There's a word for it. In 485, the word was mircrid.
Mircrid.
And later tintagel. It's whatever your battlefield tends to be.
Basically,
whatever you're...
Morgan doesn't know the word for underdog.
Okay.
Right? It doesn't exist yet, but that's what they're scratching at.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically Morgan's sentimental to the idea of a scrappy underdog.
David, Gareth is like,
maybe
that's
David
very poetic.
Goliath, but
you're not very poetic.
Quite a David.
He's not that tall. Is also, and I'm quite a good swordsman, so I'd appreciate some benefit of the doubt.
Well, it's my duty to find the right words, and it's your duty to fight.
Yes.
What will you be fighting for tomorrow, my lord? May I ask for the notes?
The idea of Salisbury. If I'm being honest, and I don't like to be, if I'm being honest, the stakes, in practical terms, are not very high. Statirius may sit in Sarum, but Salisbury will remain. Much as it does, much as it has, and much as it will for the rest of foreseeable life. What I fight for is the idea, this invisible sinew that connects each man and woman Salisbury. And though it doesn't change how many denarii and libra flow this way or that, or which family is in decline and which is in the ascent, the idea matters. I think that's what Uther got wrong at the end. Chasing over the Bretwalda, trying to be crowned the High King out of some personal pride, not because of the idea that he could unite us. Perhaps someday there will be a High King, and when they come into their own, it shall be dedicated to an idea of unity, not some prideful mantle they can wear.
Where will we ever find a man like that, my lord?
Would you believe I had the most curious dream? He's going to tell him about
this dream again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Now I want to see a scene between Irwin and Gareth, if you don't mind. No, this is probably back. So that might have been a little bit in the past. But this one, somewhere around Sarum. Yeah, I just want you all to have a moment.
Let's do it. I think Irwin would seek Gareth out. Give him time. He's going to give him time to see some of the people who are a bit more intimate in his life. But he'll eventually seek Gareth. Maybe to arm him. Take on temporarily a role of squire.
Yeah. What if it's like right before the fight, and Gareth is sitting waiting for his squire to come and hand him stuff to start putting on, and it's actually Irwin that gives him the stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Not Pendragon? Okay.
Yeah. And I hope there's no animosity between us about my testimony. Well, Marshal.
Owen, I've long ago given up being annoyed when you're right.
It's not done me much good, I think.
It's not done you much good, man. Look at Shoulderton. Look at your wife, your children. It's done you plenty good.
Yes, true. I've always been a little too modest. I don't know what to say, Gareth. I hope that I see you victorious. But
Don't.
that at least is a clean death.
Not if I have anything to fucking say about it. I'm gonna make the bastard work for every cut on my flesh.
Well, you should.
Owen, don't help. Don't. Gods. How many times have we ridden off together?
Cannot remember.
Everyone else in my life has allowed their melodramas. So every single one of them has not stared down a shield wall of Saxons. Don't hope. Don't give it a second thought. No more than you would in any other battle.
Indeed.
On the field of Mucrid, we shook hands and said, see you on the other side. And so, he's going to hold out his arm.
Everyone's going to clasp him and bring him his sword belt and girdle him, as it were. Is there anything you wish should you fall? Anything that you were unable to confide in to your wife?
Yes. I rather like that scabbard you gave me. I should like you to give it to Wolfius.
Certainly.
No matter what my wife says. Don't try to explain it to him. He wouldn't understand. Because I don't understand. We'll figure it out, I think.
God.
I think that he will.
I should say, couldn't have asked for a better friend in life. And I'm going to feel damn silly if I survive this all.
If you survive, it will be a time for joy and merriment, I think, because we will have avoided losing someone who means a great deal to us. And were it not for your example, I would still be a poor and unknown knight born.
Well. And
That is
Garrett's
enough.
Garrett's gonna turn away, wiping at his eyes.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. No more dawdling.
All right. Duels. I specifically a trial by combat will happen in public. It would be obviously presided by a bishop, or a priest in most cases, but in this case a bishop because we're in Sarum. So it's noon. We're on Sarum's tournament grounds, and kind of presiding over this duel is Bishop Roger, who we haven't really spoken about that much in this game. I don't think I mentioned him other than like one time. He has a kind of a sallow face, a slender shape, and his body's never really fit the ecclesiarchal trappings of being that position, especially since that fever of 489. And accompanying him by his side is Father Tathan. Everyone is sort of like basically wearing their nicest clothes. This is basically a court, right? You can imagine there's sort of like the royal box that's kind of crowded up by the seneschal, by the countess, by pretty much everybody, right? Of the VIPs. Irwin, I think you could be in there if you wanted to. Also presiding here are a few other people. For example, I would believe Prince Aswine would still be here. Prince Kernick would be here as well, kind of observing. Furthermore, there are some unannounced people here who are actually part of Siagris's retinue, the Silver Centurion, who are also here to observe.
Oh,
Yeah, this is kind of a big deal. And so people were like, hey, I'm here, hospitality, and let me see this, right? And thank you very much for your 9 months of loyalty, Sir Kopath. It's very, very kind of you. So besides them, of the royal retinues, you can expect the city is full of onlookers, right? Everyone here from various Silchester and Salisburyans are here to see this duel. This will be the fight against Sir Anwar. As previously described, Sir Anwar is the John Wayne looking knight from Silchester, the loyal dog of Lord Statirius. And he is prepared to fight, and this will be a fight to the death. And so I believe there's a lot of so I don't know that much about what an actual proper historical trial by combat would be, but I imagine there's a lot of like prayer and like God is witness will be judgment and testament of the truth as it fights. There's sort of like some sort of prayer or some sort of decree like that as you both square up. And I think there's a moment here as you two are standing side by side with Sir Anwar, where you're kind of like both being like looked at by like the priest who's kind of doing the talks and stuff like that.
Some anointing.
Yeah,
probably,
and there's a chance you guys can like share any conversations, right? Sir Anwar stands about a head taller than you.
I'm not a short guy either.
No. What's your size?
12. I'm not like I'm not super tall, but
so maybe he's on a full head. Anwar's size is 15, so he's a pretty big boy though.
Yeah,
it's Irwin's size.
He's tall. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't think Gareth wants to get to know Sir Anwar right before this. Like, because either he's a nice guy, and
Partner.
In which case, like, I'd feel bad killing him, or he's a shitbag, in which case I'd feel bad getting killed by him. So, like, we're just keeping it professional.
He does kind of like give a sigh, you know, like he's got that sort of performance anxiety part at the start, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And does that, you know, back kind of getting
both
limber.
Doing that little side shuffle.
Yeah, right.
I did MMA fighting when I was in high school, so I very much know that anxious energy, even when you think you've got it.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
He looks at you. He goes, first time?
Probably last. Yours?
Oh, no. Good luck out there, okay?
Could have at least lied to me. He's like saying as he walks over to his corner.
All right. So this is like it's not like a proper circle, you know, it's not like a cage match or anything like that, but it's very much as like a dirt ground. It's kind of like where a jousting place would be, but rather than having the banister in the way, it's sort of, so it's kind of a long stretch, more like a rectangular area to fight. And so I think the first thing that happens here is, that you draw your swords and you kind of do that sort of circling around each other, right? Getting that gauging of how you're squaring up. I believe both of you be fighting with sword and shield.
Yeah.
You're equally decked out in your chainmail and shield and swords.
Polished as much as we could, just rubbing pig fat all over it, nice and clean and
there's
oiled.
a couple like flourish things, you know, but this should very much feel like Gladiator, right?
Yeah. I would like to invoke
be a good time to call on your passions.
Yeah.
Right. So explain to
trying
me.
to like
zero
in here. This is like, because this is him trying to tap into what he talked about at the feast. That part of what a knight has to do is be in love with death, because that is our job. the code of honor we live by is like how to properly kill people. And that can't not include you. So he's trying to like mesh that, like, I need to raise my family up, I need to act well, and also I need to make peace with my own death. And if I fail this, I don't know, maybe he has a heart attack and just dies right there.
Yeah, I don't know what happens if you fumble this. That's
cool. We've talked about it enough. It can't happen. Thank God. Thank God.
No, just kidding. Oh, oof. Okay, so you are, yeah. And
that was literally only the part of this session that I've had anxiety about.
Yeah. And I believe Sir Anwar will be calling on his loyalty to his lord, being the representative of him fighting.
Yeah.
So we're both jacked up.
All right. So we can just ignore that modifier then.
Right. So you're like, for honor, right? And then you have, for Lord Satirius, as you guys go in for the first strikes. So you quickly step, you close the distance, the 20 feet distance, and we begin the duel of death.
Are we just canceling out the inspirations, or do you still want me to add the +10?
No, we should roll them with the +10s.
Right, because then crits. Oh, that's a good roll. That's not a good roll. Nope, that's not
an ideal
roll.
I had a worse roll. I got a worse roll. This dude's not bad. I mean, he's actually not as good with a sword as you, but only by a little bit, like where it doesn't
only
really
by
matter.
a little bit. Oh, yeah. I was so worried.
I didn't know. He has a better spearman. Like lands on a horse. Okay. Like he's actually better on a horse.
Okay.
So,
all right.
It's not a crit though.
Right. So normal damage, but he gets his shield.
So you get the first blow to him. That's a great hit. Holy shit. Wow. That's pretty fucking awesome. How do I subtract HP on a sheet? I haven't been a player in so long. Actually,
wounds. Right. You check off wounds. A wound box and then the value of the wound. And let me just grab my dog.
There we go. So that's 5 damage. But
I'm fighting with Silchester, man. Come on, buddy.
That's not it. He has to make his dexterity test now.
Witness glory. That's fine.
I don't think he can fail it because he's impassioned. Right. So the first strike goes by. You get him. Boy. Where do you hit him? So you're able to break through his armor, right? You do 5 damage to him.
Yeah. So you get what Gareth is trying to do is he's trying to belabor his shield arm, right? Yeah. He's trying to work that over, and if he can get over the shield and like hit him in the shoulder, right, make that thing heavy, get it dropping lower and lower.
Yeah, and he's like, and like hits his shield with his sword, and like we square up again for the next one. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, right. Oh, good strike, my lord.
Right.
You want to say anything before?
No, first he'll shout out as much in surprise as anything else. First blood to Salisbury. That's what Gareth shouts.
Last blood to me. And he's not going to worry about how that doesn't really make sense, but that's fine. Okay.
That's a real good roll. Fuck.
You got a 12.
So it's a 12. Success.
So I get a crit this time.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough, bud.
So I think there's that part where he comes at you harder, and I think you're expecting a your damage to his shield arm to be a little bit worse than what it is, and he just works right through it. He gets under your guard and gets you into the side. Let's roll damage here.
It's 8 or 5 out of 10. 8 or
10.
So it's 10d6. Oh,
33.
All right.
16.
With
17.
17 damage. I was going to say, momentarily forgot I had armor. So 16, you say?
Mm-hmm.
That is...
No, it's 17.
17.
It's 33 minus 16.
That is just under my major wounds.
Yeah. But then I do believe you need to make a dexterity test to stay.
Yep. Thankfully, I'm okay.
Yeah. Ooh. So he gets you in the side for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He just, I think he baits me.
You crumple.
He absolutely baits me with like, he figures out my game immediately. And as I go for that upper arm, he like comes up under his own shield. Fuck.
Yep. He goes once, block under, and you're like, I didn't even know you could do that. Ooh. You crumple, and you stagger back, right? But you're still standing.
One gun it. We remain.
He's a little surprised you're still standing. I'll hand it to you. You're strong. I'll give you that.
If you'll hand it to me, you can just lay it down right now.
And he puts up his shield again and gets ready to go again.
That's fair. I wouldn't either.
Yeah. It's one more. Let's go. One more ring around the rosy.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay. You beat me.
That's a crit, right?
Oh, yeah. That's a crit for sure. He is overconfident. That is not great. That's minus 16 is 24, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he drops to 0. Like, that's over his current HP. Tell me how you kill him.
What's that?
Describe to me how you kill him. He's at negative 1 HP. So he was at 23. So 24. I don't have to do any math. He's at minus 1. He's absolutely dead.
Fuck. I think Gareth plays up his injury a little bit. And as he's coming in, he actually punches his shield out to meet the sword. So instead of just like clacking off, his sword arm goes like way up and right underneath into the armpit.
Oh, God. Yep. So like, was that intentional, or did you surprise yourself?
That was intentional. Okay. I got a sword 20. I'm a good swordsman. Yeah.
Did someone teach you that? Like, did you learn that technique? Is there like a flash? You know what I mean? Like, is there that educational montage flash of
this was
is it the wolf?
No, this was how the Ducal fucking guard knocked me out at the Battle of Tintagel.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so good. Yeah, and so he's shocked, right? As like it just goes right into him, and he just crumbles. As like he just falls, as your sword just falls out of him. Your sword's bloody, and he crumples, and everyone's like, "Oh,
wait." His hit against me was 17. That is my major wound threshold. That's not below.
Well,
that means that I have to roll to see if I'd get knocked out.
Yeah, so you have to make a contest.
But I can't fail it unless I roll 20 because I have 17 Constitution. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. Okay.
I almost fucked up our own little emergent story with that.
God damn it.
But
well, how's it feel to save Salisbury?
Honestly, I feel better about my unbroken streak of major wounds in every combat that I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think what it is then, right? So like I think maybe you forgetting it is actually kind of diegetic at this moment, right? There's that part where like you're done and you're just like collapse for a minute. You're like, oh God.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
I like raise up my sword in triumph, but like the sword doesn't stay in my hand because I'm so weak from blood loss. I'm like, oh god.
Chat's like we're counting your major wounds. It's like that's 6. Yeah.
I think it's 6. We've been in 5 major battles.
Yeah.
And
My God.
I received it's 7 because I think I received one in my solo adventure too against.
Did you expect to win this?
No, I absolutely didn't. No.
Yeah. Irwin, Jim, did you think so?
Not after this description of Sir Anwar. No.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, like actually, like in character, did Sir Irwin think that this was the last time he was going to see Sir Gareth?
No, he wasn't certain. Like he knows Gareth, he knows the training he's gone through. Like he, I think part of it was the thought of it was more unbearable than like the reality of it. But Gareth's trained. He's survived 6 of these before. Like he's tough as nails.
True. That's why Gareth was like, treat this like any other battle, because everyone else is being dramatic because of the stakes, but like we, like soldier to soldier, we've been here before.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of the stakes, go ahead and give yourself 500 glory for saving Salisbury.
We're still in 497, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that is pretty much. I mean, how else you're going to be remembered for it, right? Everyone is cheering. Like, there's the horn that goes off. This is done. So Tyrus's, I guess, what would you call him? Entourage, I guess, would go out and pick up Sir Anwar. And I think both the Seneschal and Lord Satirius will come out to, see you. And obviously someone, you got to go to get Kyrgi, right?
Yep.
Kyrgi. But before that, right, they're going to try to talk to you, or like as they're like, or it's going to be kind of like a walk and talk thing as you're getting kind of limped off to the medical tent there, right? And Lord Satirius goes, I'm an honorable man.
That's good.
And it pains me, but you'll hear no more claims from me.
But I sincerely hope, God, I've lost a lot of blood. But I sincerely hope, my lord, is not the last we hear of you. For though we irked at the thought of a yoke from beyond our borders, we may yet find friendship beyond our borders. And I'm sorry, I'm a bit woozy, but I think you get the gist of this.
Here, and he gives you a glass of wine that he has with it. Oh, thank God, it feels so good. Wine is the Gatorade of the medieval period.
Oh, just pouring it in the wound.
You're like, oh, it's so good. Oh, and he for what it's worth, and he kind of lets you go, and it's like, well, take care of yourself, and Seneschal, take care. And he's going to go back and he's going to address the crowd, and he's going to renounce his claim of his betrothal, and he will do it rather than let
sure,
a court or someone else declare that I'm breaking up with you.
Look.
By honor, I'm breaking up with you is what he's saying, right? Even though technically he's forced to break up, he's allowed to break up. Mm-hmm. Is sort of how it works. And everyone they let him. And he goes, and I feel like there's a lot of discussion between Kenrick, Kurdic, this other person who this late arriver from the Silver Centurion. Like, obviously, a lot of people want to know the fate of Salisbury, right?
You could just forget about us, giant powers outside our border. You could just forget we exist. That'd be fine.
Yeah. So now, well, particularly. One of the reasons why is that should you have won and now you know it and Irwin knows it, now there's immediate fucking lineups to being who marries the heir.
Yeah.
Right.
She's
That's
9
true.
or 10 this year?
She's 10
9
this year.
9. Okay.
She's 10. 497, she's 10.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Okay.
At least that's what my notes say. But my aging stuff has been
she was
fucked up
9
in a
last
while.
year. I forgot.
She was 9, but we were in 496 for 17 million years.
No, for real.
Bro.
We were in cryo sleep in 497.
That's how 2020 feels.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We're on like part 4 of 2020, and it's only fucking July.
Wow.
Wait till the aliens. I shouldn't spoil the great human history campaign yet. Okay.
That's great.
Irwin, do you visit
that is
him?
a problem for another.
Do you visit the do you visit Sir Gareth afterwards?
Oh, yeah. No,
do you wait, or do you go like rush to the tent? You know, like you're not allowed to be there, but like you could. Obviously, you have a love for him, and you fucking care about him, and no one's gonna get in your way.
They can't keep me away.
Yeah, right. Awesome. So like right before you were kind of like put into like onto the table to get sutured.
I think I'm talking as Irwin's coming in. I'm like talking to Pendragon. I'm like, so what did you see out there on the field?
Valor, my lord.
No, you didn't. You saw a fucking idiot. Ow!
God, can you go easier on this suture? Yeah. And that's when Gareth shows up. My lord, it's your friend.
It's not my friend. It's my brother. Get in here.
Yes, it's very good, Gareth. Better than duel against bastard brother.
Oh, God. I remember that. I barely remember that. Cold. Colder than anything I've ever experienced.
Yes.
They'll Pendragon about it after I'm good and drunk.
You'll see. Well, I'll let you get to it. We'll watch over you tonight.
I imagine there's a lot of drinking. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no,
right.
He's just pouring.
Yeah, they're just giving you literally as much wine as they can.
Oh, and
there's like, is there a celebrate? Like, what's the mood like here?
Everyone in Salisbury is absolutely cheering and elated, right? Well, half of them are. More than half.
Yeah.
Even the people who wanted to follow
while we're just sort of like, yep, that's a nasty wound.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So like, you can imagine there's a lot of cheering and celebration happening outside. Even some of the people who were like, well, the lawful neutral types who are like, well, I'm gonna follow the law, but even though I don't like it, kind of
like
stuff.
All
right?
of Irwin's family.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
So obviously everyone's like kind of celebrating and being like, I was with you the whole time, kind of like lies that people tell themselves all the time. But anyways, yeah. So there's a lot of like celebration and cheering, and clearly it's gonna be some sort of partying and stuff at night. But yeah.
Well done, Gareth. Well done.
Thank you. I will get better.
What a battle looks like afterwards, by the way.
Yeah.
You sleep through these moments.
Oh. Well, I think I might start sleeping through the rest of them then. This fucking hurts, Irwin. I'm like, he mashed the chainmail into my bloody body. And they're like trying to pick it out.
Yeah, it certainly broke.
Owen, I shall get better. You understand? My ambitions, they grip me, you know, and perhaps it would have been for the best if I died, for Salisbury, for stability. But I shall get better. I can make you a wine-addled promise of that right now.
Well, wait till you've healed. You're back on your feet, and then we can talk about oaths and promises.
Pendragon, what'd you just hear right there?
Well, I don't know, my lord. I was
another fucking idiot. Get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Thrusting a winterborn gun at first mistake.
Well, speaking of those mistakes, the seneschal will come in.
Mm-hmm.
Let you know, when you make it through, we need to talk. We have lots to give you. You know, basically, you're definitely getting rewarded for this shit, right?
Yo, Gareth's like, my reward right now is this pillow.
Yeah. Now's not the time to talk about the logistics of what your rewards will be for basically politically bailing them out. But needless to say, you are going to be a major player in Salisbury.
That's
right.
awesome.
You will be castleless because all the castles are spoken for, and they're all gonna be like, "Give up a castle to you." You know, like I mean, I like the guy. I don't like him that much. You know, like you're
we
not.
grant you the rank of big name.
Everything's spoken for, but you're getting a very big name, basically, and you're free at court and basic. Yeah, you know, you're gonna be giving you're gonna get a fuck ton of money, right? Pretty much whatever they can spare.
That was still a close fucking fight.
Yeah.
That crit hurt.
That could have gone either way.
God. And that was with an advantage.
What's also weird is that neither of you actually crit each other. So there was no like sword to sword twang, like you both dropped your sword kind of thing. It was literally like a 19 versus a 20 something for each one. We missed that sort of tiebreaker part and went incredibly just right into just murder.
Yeah, we played rocket tag. That was fucking blood gulch rocket tag.
Yep. You got a scratch. You got this. Honestly, it was the scratch. No, it wasn't even the scratch on him. He would have been fucked if you got him anyways. That was just a really, really good roll of 40 points of damage on a critical hit.
Mm-hmm. 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 That was 2 6s, 3 5s. That was good.
What a good game.
To be honest, I think it felt at his shitty crit more than my good crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is
right, because he in one hit he gave me a major wound, but I still had a hit in me. Maybe. No, I probably didn't. To be honest.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. I mean, you got to think about the Eric factor in my dice rolls. So
that is true. That is true. It is basically cheating.
It is, except for when it comes to shooting you with arrows. I'm pretty good.
That. All day, every day.
That is absolutely my my calling in life. But yeah, cool. So, let's chirurgery.
Yes. I think there's actually a chance I lose.
I don't have a guy for it statted out, but I assume it's chirurgery of 18, which is sort of what I was going with the field.
Okay.
Because obviously you have the best surgeon around in Sarum, so 18.
Yeah. Okay. Patient on 18. Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're fine. So you're getting healed, although I do think you suffer the aging.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up. How many times taking a major wound? Okay, hold on. 2 agents. Okay, checks your names.
A major wound is 2, and a mortal wound is 3.
Yeah.
Technically, I think you were supposed to have a first aid roll. I might have missed that, but I mean, you're fine.
No. So first aid would be to stabilize me if I'm dying.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
You make first aid until they either die or are okay.
Okay.
But since I was up, that never applied. It's just, I forget which table it is though. Oh wait, I have it marked. There it is.
5.2. It's aging.
5.2. Got it. Okay. 2d6.
How many times do you roll? 2?
This tells me how many times I roll. I got a 5. I roll 1. 1 attribute is affected.
It was a d6.
4.
That's an attribute.
It's con. So I take -1 to my con.
Yep.
That might push me back down to 46 damage. No, thank God. We're good.
Poof. Yeah, maintaining that 5d6 damage is that crucial.
Clutch.
It is so crucial in Pendragon.
The book says you want at least 46, and I'm like, yes, if you don't want to be good. So you're up against people with between 12 and 16 armor. You need the 5d6. You need it. Okay.
That was incredible.
Yes.
I thought for sure you were fucking dead.
Me too. We did a lot of planning. We have a character sheet for my next PC.
We literally have a separate character. Well, obviously, for the rest of the year, you all you're kind of okay to free and do what you want. This was sort of the big thing. So obviously you got to go on like patrol. But if you wanted to raid this year, you could. But otherwise, we could skip to winter. But I know, Irwin, you wanted to do a couple things.
Yeah, so Irwin wanted to secure tutelage for Morgan because she is 7 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And he's taken that field back from Sir Afraid.
Sure. So
I guess while he didn't saw him.
So there's nothing you need to do to secure Morgan's tutelage. But I do want to know how you're going to get Sir Freyd's land back. Are you going to ask him for it?
I would. I think.
Or, I mean, he would be here, right? Everyone would be here.
Yeah, I think Gareth would, just because they are neighbors, and he does. I mean, the chance for sort of a misinterpretation for it to blow up or something would deserve at least an attempt at a diplomatic resolution.
Sure.
Certainly gauge how long
so you're coming. Yeah, you're coming back from the tutors, right? Where you just got Morgan's. You found a tutor for Morgan, and you you immediately see like Sir Freyd's like kind of like walking down the hallway or whatever, and this is the perfect time to come grab him.
Yeah. Sir Freyd, about that field that you claimed was vital to your manor's survival.
Oh, you mean my field?
I do believe it is mine. It's always been Childerton's.
Well, that's where we're gonna have to disagree. I have recently come under records, and Father Tathan himself would show that those fields were in fact mine and belonging to Newton Tony.
I see. Well, I cannot recall any sort of records or time when that was the case. You'll forgive me if I don't take your word for it.
Oh, you can go ask him yourself.
Indeed.
If you want.
So he seems pretty resolute.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will, in fact, go see Father Tathan.
Sure. So yeah, you're not gonna. Okay. Yeah. And so Father.
Is he willing to keep talking? The impression I got is he's pretty much like, this is it.
Yeah,
he's like, go talk to this other guy.
Yeah, no, that's kind of exactly how he's very snooty and being like, well, I mean, I'm in there right here, dude. So I don't know what to tell you, man. It's like he's very much giving those sort of vibes of, well, I mean, I'm in my legal rights, dude.
Yeah. He's not like holding it over or he's appealing to law. All right, I'll go talk to Father Tathan.
And Father Tathan. So Father Tathan's going to try to do his best to pretend to be busy because he knows that you're coming to talk to him about this and is trying to avoid you.
Yeah. Let's see.
Do you want to approach this courtly, or how are you going to go talk to him? Like, he's probably you kind of are trying to get sandbagged by another priest about, well, there's so much to discuss with the seneschal about and the bishop about the future of Salisbury that he's just way too busy to talk to you, my lord. But I know you two have a relationship,
Certainly. Well, he's a busy man, and so I am prepared to wait. But hopefully he will find it in his busy schedule. See me.
Oh, of
and
course.
He will wait he'll wait a little bit.
You're waiting a couple hours, and the next time you go up to talk to the next little clerk, they say the same thing. Well, I mean, he's in meetings. I don't know when he'll be free, my lord.
He's inside then.
The clerk realizes I think he made a mistake referring to it, but yes, he is inside.
He's just walk past the clerk.
So you can't go back there as like the door opens, right? As you just go right by him. And
stop me.
Yeah. And you see Father Tathan kind of relax at his desk.
Yes. Father Tathan, forgive me for the interruption. I am sure you're a busy man.
Oh.
It is a small matter I wish to discuss.
Yes. What could it be?
I spoke to Sir Freyd. He said there was a charter of some kind about a field in Childerton.
Oh, well, I I wouldn't know anything about that.
He said
he looks
he
around
vouched for it.
He's
Trying to weasel
lying.
his way out.
Yeah, he's lying. He's lying like a little Weasley liar right now. Seems strange. I wouldn't know.
Are you claiming that Sir Frey is a liar?
Well, perhaps he is mistaken. I mean, I've been in
mistaken.
Sarum for so long that I don't know why I would know anything about a field over there. It's not.
It'd be a shame if our friendship, were to be damaged by something like this.
No, it's not. Really. Irwin, you know me better than that. It's not that.
I thought that I did. Then what is it?
Irwin, I can't tell you.
Why is that?
A delicate matter.
In what way?
Well,
Get him, Irwin.
I think you need to press him because he's not going to tell you without.
Yeah.
You could call on passion if to evoke him here, or like truth, like to tell the truth, like trustworthiness would also work here. Intrigue, but the point is that like, oh, he messed up and Father Tathan is kind of holding it to him, is what you're able to ascertain.
Okay, so yeah, this is Father Tathan's mistake.
Yeah, either Father Tathan owed Sir Frey a favor, is what you know right now, and right now he's saying it's a delicate matter without any further detail. So how you choose to pursue this, and which sort of path would be up to you here. But that's all you're able to get from him and glean from what he's saying, right?
I think given Irwin's sort of his tact lately,
trust me, my lord, this is the easiest way.
It'd be a shame if I had to bring this in front of the council.
Bring what in front of
the matter?
There's nothing to look. If it's about money, I can give you the money, but please, the land
is my family's patrimony.
Please, it's
gifted to us by the Earl himself.
I understand, but you have to think about Jesus when he died on the cross. You think he cared about patrimony?
No land, as far as I know.
Right. It's such a. He was more worried about the ephemeral. He was more worried about your immortal soul.
Jesus could feed multitudes with a handful of fish. I cannot. I have to worry about my fields.
Please don't make me force my hand.
Then tell the truth. If you do not wish me to force your hand, then give it freely.
I've already given my confession to another priest.
I ask not for your confession, only the truth. Do you have something to feel guilty about?
Yes. Okay.
You were a priest for my father's, during my father's time, my time.
And I've raised you
family's respect for you is a great source of pride for me. To see one of our own sit in Sarum.
I know, and I've besmirched that damnable place.
The truth is often
Gomorrah. He looks around.
Cleansing of the filth that accumulates in a place like this. I seek not retribution, only understanding.
You can get
I'm not here to punish you.
Yeah. You could you could do either there's like an insight test, but there's some sort of right. But basically his religious reference is probably enough for you to draw the line that it's about something.
Yeah. I'm willing to test intrigue. I don't know that this is important enough that Irwin wants to call on any of his passions.
You could call on like your religious rather than your spiritual rather than worldly if you wanted to as a reference to this.
Or still 10-10. Despite the way they called. Yeah.
Thank you, Kelsa.
Actually, he's 11-9, spiritual 11.
Either of those would work. I'm fine with using a virtue here instead of a trait here instead of a skill.
Our roll spiritual then is just to sort of gain any glean any insights.
Yeah, for sure. And you crit it.
Crit.
Yeah. I think he's referencing that he had an affair of sorts, and this is covering it up.
Oh, that's spicy.
Oh,
That would be spicy with someone who didn't have a vow of chastity.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Well, welcome to being a bishop in the medieval ages or in the Dark Ages. You get kids.
So you have found yourself
It's
tempted
my
beyond
favorite.
your will. Is that it?
Yes.
And so my field is the price for.
She
Sir
came to me
Freyd's
in a moment of
compliance.
my weakness, and well, I denied the Lord.
What happens between you and the Lord is your own business.
What I care about is my fucking field. Right. So to give you the story here, he's like, I will admit it. She's with my child, and she was willing to go public, and Sir Freyd knew about it, and well, if it was easier to doctor up this paperwork, and I didn't know how to tell you. I just thought I would be able to tell you sometime and just give you the money, but I don't know what to do.
Who is she?
No one of consequence. That's what.
What would be the cost to you if it were revealed?
Well, it's a weapon that my political enemies could use against me for taking over Bishop Rogers' position at some point.
What wounds me is that you did not seek my aid in dealing with this matter, such as it is worth, and that you are willing to treat your place who had raised you, in fact, and sheltered you and fed you and clothed you with such disdain. It is a field I can grow more, and Sir Freyd will pass on one day.
He begins to cry.
Fields go.
He begins to sob. Like
Irwin's like, not. He's like, sob
I know.
all you want,
Yeah.
weak man.
I am living for this hot Papa Wolf Irwin.
I know, me too. And
This is
because you're fucking just clapping him morally right now.
Yeah.
And it's
Trust
incredible.
that you will know how to make up for this lack of will, this lack of virtue.
Of course, what can I do? I've already written the writ that proves it's his. What can I do?
I don't think that it's worth besmirching your name. I don't think that it is worth taking your position from you. I think it is worth more that I know your true self. I trust that Gorthrin's doing well.
Oh my
Irwin
god!
picked up some tricks.
Yeah,
We dropped those
holy
5 points in
fuck.
intrigue.
Yeah, definitely. Holy shit! Check intrigue definitely for this.
It's already
flex.
checked.
He's like, he's
Yeah.
he's doing extremely well, my lord. And yeah, Gorthrin's getting exceptional stuff going forward.
Sure.
Right.
I
yeah.
think Irwin's satisfied. He doesn't want to kick a man while he's down, and he'll return to Sir Freyd.
Yeah, he is super defeated. You know the stakes.
Yeah.
Now, what does it say about Sir Freyd pushing him for this? But
It certainly
yeah.
tarnishes my reputation of Sir Freyd, who up until now I thought was fairly,
yeah, he was honest. Well,
Yeah.
he saw what
I'm
honesty
sure he
gets.
doesn't like me very much.
When the anarchy hits, man, all
Yep.
bets
Right.
are off.
Yeah,
We're in a land of wolves.
sure.
So
Is
yeah.
Tathan British Christian or Roman Christian?
British.
Okay.
Sarm's British Christian. So
Yeah, the Kagas is what's one field versus
Is-
having a
yeah.
priest of Sarm in your back pocket.
Yeah. So for what it's worth, Tathan, like he couldn't necessarily justify that the lands were not yours, but like it's enough that if it was brought to court, he could vouch for him and stuff like that. It's pretty flimsy,
Sure.
and you know that. Like after that, but I think
Having him under my thumb is worth more than a
yeah,
field.
yeah, exactly. And you absolutely have a favor from him.
Yeah. And Irwin's going to go to Freyed and just say, I spoke with Father Tathan, and he convinced me of the justness and legality of your claim.
This is the feast that's going on tonight. Where is this happening? But we're not gonna
for me on the matter.
Yeah, Colin, to save you from being a Dickensian orphan looking at the window of a feast. I don't think we're gonna do it.
No. Just a quick 2-round feast. Just in and out. Just a little crumb. Just
a crumb. Please, sir. Just a crumb.
Oh, yes. No! Meat with mustard.
Divination cake.
I had meat with mustard recently. It was delicious.
So, so you talked to Father. I'm sorry. So you talked to Sir Freyed, and what do you say?
I say, I spoke with Father Tathan on the matter, and he convinced me of the legality and justness of your claim. You will hear no more from me about the matter.
Yeah. Glad you've come to your senses. Look, I hope this doesn't get between us. It was nothing personal.
I understand. And I would...
Even though you married my former wife, it wasn't personal.
Well, she left you, if I recall.
She did.
Also, there was that one time at the boar feast.
Yeah. Well,
he's not going to get that
bygones. To bygones.
Sure, yeah. Till next time.
Yeah, exactly. To this being over, which is absolutely not over.
It's not absolutely not over. Not with my still having suspicion of him.
Yep.
Which I believe I've checked.
Well, yeah. Oh, God damn. That's so good.
Very
awesome.
Good. Very good.
Good. Shall we winter for the rest of the year? Or do you want to go raiding, or?
I would go raiding to supplement the income, because that's how he got through last year.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Gareth, you'll be healed by then for sure.
If I'm healed, I'll go with.
It's you. What's your healing rate? Probably like 3.
I think it's 2.
2? Oof.
It's not great. It's healing rate. Where is it? Where's the healing rate?
It's a derived
healing rate.
attribute.
Oh, it is 3. It is 3. So I would.
Every week you would heal 3. So roughly how many weeks till you're full? Like you're probably like 2 months, right? Like 8 weeks probably. That's 24.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would imagine 2 months, which leaves you into sort of kind of August raiding time. So
okay,
that works for me.
All right. Mm-hmm. That works for me too.
Awesome.
He is going to tell Lady Grade everything. In partially in the hopes that she has dirt on her former husband, but also in the interest of truthfulness.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like is he like the one thing I did not think of that you would do?
Yeah.
Well, you know how Gareth and his wife do things.
Give me a little
Everyone's
bit.
got a thing.
Sure, I'll let you
look.
Hold on, let me go consult my journals, and she'll get back to you about.
Yeah. Sure, just find. I'm sure you'll find some table to roll on, like weird medieval fetishes.
I wrote up all my experiences while I was at the nunnery, so I just have to find those books.
Certainly.
I haven't looked at them in a decade.
She was going to publish them with Harlequin Publishing.
You got it. God.
Very good.
All right. Rating.
Just a raid, not a pillage or a plunder.
Yeah. Super casual.
Raid. That's a treat.
Super casual. Take the boys out for a raid.
Where are my rules for raiding? Isn't that conflict rules? No. Basic night. No. Winter checklist. Did I put my rules as a handout in this?
I thought you did, but I don't see them. I can't.
Yeah, it's the raid pillaged.
No, that's for when you are.
That is
conflicted. I swear to God, I copied and pasted his rules in here. That's fine. They're in my other notes.
I remember reading them.
I know. I don't understand why they're gone. They're not in my Roll20.
Well, are they in the Twitter thread that we share? Did you link a Gmail? I think you linked a Gmail.
Maybe, but they're also in my 70,000 page Pendragon notes. So let me just scroll down there.
Okay, well, while you're looking for that, real quick, 2-round feast. I'm thinking.
No, get out of here. Right. So I remember you had the choices for rating. I was looking for and the difficulty of them.
So we rated Silchester last year.
Yeah, last year we did a hard
Like
short
pillage.
distance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pillage, but short distance. We didn't
Yeah.
go all the way to the East Saxons.
Yeah. I'm not sure I want to go all the way to the Essex either. Maybe Sussex.
Is it
Maybe Cornwall.
bad form to village Silchester a second time right after we beat their champion?
Yeah. I don't want to press our luck.
No, I think we can go west to like Dorset or Southport. We could raid the guy who we just paid tribute to.
That's Wessex. I said Sussex last time, but it's Wessex. Someone corrected me in YouTube.
Okay.
So yeah, Wessex that he's part of. Yeah.
Good job, YouTube.
I would go somewhere west. I don't know necessarily. There's that ghost of that lucky cat. Gonna do this for the next 5 minutes. Somewhere west, either Dorset, Cornwall, Devon.
Yeah. I'm just trying to. I know you're trying to give me time. All right, here it is. Horse raid.
Yeah.
Found it. Okay. So you already did Silchester. So you're not. You're gonna do Sussex is hard, Salisbury's easy, Dorset is average, and Somerset is average.
Let's do Dorset.
They're down the Avon River. I don't think we've ever met someone from there. These are all good reasons to rate them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna feed my cat so that she will.
Let me add an additional one. Okay, but let me add an additional one here in case you wanted to. Radichan. Radichan is also average. Radichan is remember with the Countess.
The Countess, who we were like really going to help, and then we found out how hard it was going to be.
How it's going to be. We'll raid your enemies. That's fine.
Yeah. You know what?
Is the distance from Sarum or from Salisbury a factor?
No, it's yes, it is. It is the same. It is the same distance as say Somerset. So
right.
Or Dorset.
I don't hate that idea.
Yeah, I don't hate. Again, it's indirectly if the three usurpers can't protect their peasants from raiders, then what claim ultimately do they have?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm considering I've been told that I'm going to get rewarded. Gareth might like donate his raided plunder to this Countess and be like, hey, can't join you on campaign because that's just not happening. But I stole their chapelry. Here it is. I remember you talking about those curtains you liked. Well, I burnt those. Here's a cat.
Right. Is the prosperity of the region a factor at all either? Like on how much we'll get? Or is it just like a flat whenever we raid? Okay.
Right now it's flat, but depending on who you raid each year, things change.
Okay.
It gets more difficult if you go against the same people over again.
Yeah.
Let's do Radichan. I'm into it.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh yeah.
We'll call it a scouting mission.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go feed my cat real quick.
Okay. So a simple raid, right?
Simple raid.
Simple raid is a battle test and it checks vengeful.
Checks vengeful. I do remember that.
So this will be a simple battle test.
Success for me.
This makes sense because I think you want to roll separately because while you're like grouped up to go raid, you separate to go raid, right? You span out. You're in attack different places.
That makes sense.
If you're attacking a different manor, then you're obviously doing different raids.
I like it.
My
vengeful is still at 10, even after I checked selfish and vengeful last year.
Yeah. All right. Jim, you will be testing your battle and checking your vengeful for rating.
Long battle.
Success.
9. Success.
Same success as me. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Good job.
Vengeful is
Raiding buddies.
Awesome. Your casualties are both extremely light. No, none of your lineage men or neither of you are really harmed. I think they're kind of caught by surprise as you all kind of go through their lands. Yeah, I really don't. I think that they are pretty not. I don't think they were expecting to be raided, frankly.
Yeah.
At all. Thinking that the Centurion and stuff was going on and between Salisbury and Silchester that no one would come up here.
Make time. Make
I'll
time
stop
for 'em.
by. Even stop by and see some of our friends in Silchester.
Right. You're going out for about 3 weeks
Sure.
to do this.
And I'm assuming we're riding under like black banners or something like that.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a good question. Do you go under black banners or do you raise your own banners and go?
And I don't know that I've met
Most
anyone
people-
yet who's fought under their own colors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You could
he's
you
gonna
could start
go
a trend.
incognito.
Yeah.
The most people who do banners and doing fighting is because they're trying to claim stuff and they want you to know who they are. They want you, sometimes mercenaries will do it as a way to like prove their reputation, right?
That's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you got to lose? What are they going to do? Raid your manor?
I don't have one,
right.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Just
go
be that dude
incognito.
collecting toll money.
Right.
And so then he's got a 6 on his vengeful, which he passes his vengeful.
Can you? This hasn't come up, but I could totally imagine a scenario where you're like a guy's sitting there kind of trying to collect tolls, and you're just going out to raid, and you're like, "Dude, you just want to join me? Like, you want to go?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's that's way better than fucking sitting here on this bridge getting rained on, waiting for someone to come by." Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. Cool. So rewarding here. Do you remember what I did last time?
There were some D6s rolled.
So
Yeah,
I think it was
I remember
2d6
you all halved it.
for,
And
2d6 for pillaging. And I think it's only 1d6 for raiding.
rating. I think so. I think you're right. I
Sounds
think this
right.
is the amount of Librum you get.
yeah. 6.
Yep, D6.
1. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Boom.
Hey, different raids.
You know what? Gareth's heart is not in it. Like, he's like, this is like a relaxing raid.
Yeah, this is like a get back on your feet, get yourself riding again, swing that sword.
Yeah,
Nice.
just like
Make
rides
up
up to the field. The peasants are like, "Oh no!" He's like, "Right, so then you run at me, I kill you, I set fire to your houses and all that, yada yada. Well, let's just say we've done this. This is wonderful. Goodbye."
Good job.
Life holds no joy.
No, definitely not. Okay.
Sweet.
All right. I will
That will help us keep regular maintenance instead of being poor.
Well, one of you.
Yeah.
I need to add a handout. Copy and paste this shit in here so I remember next time. I need to flesh this out. For to do next Sunday when I prep. Okay, cool. Tell you what. So then after your raid here, then if it's all okay with y'all, I'd be cool with calling it there and we can do winter next time. Only because it's actually kind of unbearably fucking hot right now in my apartment.
Fair enough.
It's
I'm
like
fine with
90
that.
degrees right now, and I've just been sweating.
I'm fine with that. I'm curious to know where that 500 glory puts Irwin in relation, or Gareth in relation to Irwin.
I need to give you the rest of your stuff.
Yeah, 4,800 by the way.
Catching up.
Apparently, dueling for the fate of Salisbury is the only way I'm catching up.
Yeah. You have so you're actually getting you're getting the equivalent of about 146 Librum in silver in jewels. So this is actually
There's your
like
kids,
Sauron's royal.
everything they need.
Yeah. This isn't like crown jewels, but yeah, these are actually like Saxon, like, you know, kingly rating things, and
that's
it totals out to be 146. It's like a silver scepter. It's some of the stuff is like goes back. It's as old as Irwin's sword.
This is like as much Libra as I've earned ever.
Yeah.
Right? Like I make on a good year, I'm making like 10 to 20. Yeah, no, they could. They literally.
I mean, they could, but they're choosing not to.
Afraid is right
instead,
there.
Instead, they're just raiding. They're just raiding their attic and giving you the shit out of their attic.
At least I got a tower to put it all in.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks though as a noble. Like, so they're trying to sweeten the deal to say like, well, you know, sorry, we can't give you anything, but we're giving you this instead. This should feel kind of bittersweet because while it's a hell of a lot of money. You could hire your own mercenary companies and say "fuck you."
I can't liquidate it easily, right? Anyone can take it if they pillage me, right? Like I gotta lock it up. I'm gonna build a cellar just to keep this shit in. Yeah. I now have treasure.
You have proper treasure.
You don't need anybody to gift you a castle.
I'll take one
myself.
Honestly, that's kind of where Winter Vortigaunt's headed. I'm building a palisade, a ditch, all that stuff. Love it. Yeah. So wait, I'm at 4,800. What is Irwin at?
4918 as of
cheater. That's
yeah.
What you're doing.
Caught up.
Cheating.
And then just from the yearly annual glory, he'll be over 5K by the end of this.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah. For sure.
We can do that next time.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna prep for 498. To be honest, I wasn't sure how this year was gonna fold out, and then rather than doing 2-dimensional things of that, I wanted to just kind of wrap this year up.
Yeah. I did everything everyone wanted to do today, which is those two.
And I already told Jim earlier that, hey, apologies, but this kind of will be a Gareth-centric session.
Now I got to have that awkward talk with my partner, because leading up to this, I was just like, Gareth's going to die. And they were like, you always say that. Literally every time we talk about Pendragon, I'm like, yeah, but this time he really might die.
You don't understand.
And now I got to go and be like, Gareth lived again.
I got text. Emma texted me midway through how was
like, what?
Right.
It's great. You all bring it. Colin, I forget the line that you said, but when Gareth showed up to you, I just fucking just melted. It was so good. You were like, the last time I believed you or something like. I long since stopped like listening.
I've long since stopped being annoyed when you're right by you being right. Like,
it was. God,
that's the relationship.
You guys are just good friends. You know, it's so good. I think it's so special
in terms of like character development. We're moving into a new kind of friendship because we are not young knights anymore. We can't frat bro out, and Irwin's the one who had to point that out, and I'm the one who had to take a fucking sword in my flank to really get the lesson.
Salisbury needs knights like us.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's what Gareth has to come to terms with. Yeah. There's no safety in being glorious.
Yeah. And the Marshal needs more sheepdogs.
Marshall needs more sheepdogs.
Yeah.
Word is the Anarchy, and it is the land of wolves. Well, yeah, and thank you all so much. It's been a wonderful session. This is a great campaign. This is super fucking memorable. Like, what? Getting sent to have to fight for the fate of Salisbury, and in a way that doesn't seem contrived. Like, it's like, oh yeah, no, obviously this is what happened. It's because you pulled some favors and you were it was the right time given everything going on in the world. Like, it was perfect.
Tyrius thought he had outmaneuvered you
to
the death with my back pocket champion.
Yeah. And Gareth's like, joke's on you. I'm too dumb to be outplayed like that. Joke's on you. I'm a fucking idiot.
That sign can't stop me because I can't read. So good. So thank you all.
Oh, yeah.
God, I mean, I want to just talk about this game so much. This game has changed how I view prep. This game has been revelatory for me personally. Just how much it is, like how much fun it is to play with just 2 players for like a couple hours a night. And just how much fun it is to actually prep out a world and people, but also leave it open to be collaborative with you all. Like I'm totally willing to listen to curveballs and you know, throw it your way, and you guys help support it.
I think it's interesting because this has changed how I thought about sort of small batch gaming with lower player counts. I think D&D very much has like set this arbitrary standard of how many players are in a game. It's like 4 to 5. You get your party of 4 to 5, and it's all about like the teamwork and synergy within that party. And that's like a super valid way to play. But so many games try to like hold on to these things from D&D like that. Like a game is between a DM and 4 to 5 players. And it's like, now we could play Pendragon with 4 players. It could be a different kind of Pendragon. I'd be interested to see that. I think that's close to what you got with Lumpkin when he was running it for you. But like here we get to explore like this kind of intimate, you know, this is this kind of stuff that indie games and lyric games really drive at, that Greg Stafford wrote fucking 20 years ago.
God.
I can't imagine playing with more players. You wouldn't get near the sort of emotional bond that you develop with both your own knight and your fellow knights.
Something like a play-by-post, I think, works, because then you can put that in that emotion and the intimacy into it without having the stricture of time pressing on you.
The pressure of spotlight, right? Everyone can actually get the proper spotlight. So, God. Yeah,
good game.
I'm just like, this game, man. Yeah, playing with 2 people, someone in chat also mentioned, the best games I've played in 40 years, holy hell, 40 years, has been duos and trios. Yeah.
That tracks with my experience. Some of my best D&D games have been with me and 1 to 2 other people. And this is equally, if not more so, satisfying.
Thank you. Y'all, it's so nice to hear you all outpour support, because we love this game too so much, and that's why we can't stop fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
And I saw, Jim, you plugged it on D&D Beyond the other day.
Yeah, we did. I was just like, it doesn't matter, it's not D&D. It's got knights and wizards. You guys come see this. You got to watch it. Yeah.
It's got knights and wizard. One, he's Welsh. He's kind of weird and we love him. But...
You know him.
Yeah, man, what a fucking session today. I did not... Wow, I didn't see it going this way.
That's all. I'm so happy, by the way.
God damn it. I got to go to Kai and be like, Gareth didn't die. And they're going to be so smug.
And I tried to kill you. You know?
You did. I mean, I was quaking in my boots.
Yeah,
I always am. I don't think the audience gets how tense. Like, I have, after these sessions, I have like a buddy that I jump on Discord chat with, who's like my cool down buddy, because this game.
Yeah. It's tense.
It's tense, like Boy Scouts in summer, man.
Yeah, exactly. There's something real is at stake.
Yeah, it feels that way.
It's the most real imaginary thing I do every week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's Arthuriana.
Y'all,
there you go.
Yo, and like Zever49 in chat has mentioned, I just finished binging this episode, the episode backlog on YouTube last month, and last week was the first live stream. I am so thrilled that so many people are doing this and watching through. I got a comment from somebody on year 485 saying like, great first episode. And I was like, oh, you're in for a treat. You're in. Let's go. Oh, it's so lovely. It's so lovely you all are doing it. Oh, so thank you.
The next step is when someone starts a wiki to keep track of all our fuck ups.
Oh, good.
That's the next
Yo,
step.
if somebody
I can't
wants
wait.
to help me,
I might need to here in a minute.
if somebody wants to help me out with that, I could
Just
converting
earmark all
my
the episodes that I would have died if I followed the rules correctly.
converting my notes and my Google Sheets into something workable. Yeah, that'd be nice. But no, no one has to. That'd just be pretty fucking rad. Y'all,
Eric,
seriously.
let's do outros. You were like, we need to end so I can get out of this hot
so
room.
hot. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm like melting into my chair right now. I got ring light, 5,000 lights on. I have no air conditioning.
I'm Colin Volcanet. I'm Colin, Mr. Cool Guy. You can find my work on itch at thephantomrulebooth.itch.io. Whatever that Earl string is. I make weird little garbage games. Additionally, I have an adventure out on the Eat the Rich anthology in our first zine themed around Revolution. It's called A Minor Requiem, and it's super clever because it's a pun in the name, and I'm very handsome. So I'm going to drop those links now.
Exactly. I am Jim Davis. You may know me from WebDM. We're a YouTube channel that talks about all things gaming, Dungeons and Dragons, RPGs, etc. You might also watch our actual plays on WebDM plays, and rumor has it I might actually be on some of them sometime soon, so that'd be kind of cool. But otherwise, you can find me here on Monday nights and every other Sunday for Cobalt Press's game, which I think actually next Sunday is the last one, our finale. So I don't know. I play a Trollkin with like 318s. It's fun. But yeah, I have nothing else. I got nothing else. I'm gonna go play some Sunless Seas, and this is a great game. Absolutely great.
Yeah. Well, thanks. And for me, let's see. We got Sunfall Cycle. No Sunfall Cycle this week. That's my Wednesday D&D game with Steven. No game Friday. God, this is my only game this week, y'all. Gen Con's this weekend, and I'm going to be doing video production like I was doing last year. Only doing the online thing. So that's going to be taking me away from a lot of my games. Yeah. But check out, if you want more vaguely Pendragon-y related content, check out Oath of Endosteel, which is my friend AP Gaming Reels channel, and that's where we're doing Battletech Pendragon. That game is also very, very, very good. So if you want a little bit more, but sci-fi, that's the way to go. And I think my next project is going to be Traveler based. I was talking to Colin about it, and I'll announce it now. But like, I want to do Lancer, but Lancer doesn't do the Western that I want it to do. Colin has opinions on it, but
I used like MLI citation to tell you what I thought.
Well, I don't think the rules don't give me the flexibility I think that I really want to do without doing it myself and just drink. Yeah. So anyways, I think my next big thing is going to be Traveler. So pay attention to that. We're done today. Thank you so much. The end of 497 and the start of 498 will be next year. So thank you all. Yeah. And have a good one. Bye.